Welcome to another video from MJT Web Designs. This is a video specifically for Input Kitchens and how their theme options, as we call them, so all the options that we've built into their website to be able to change the look of the site, the colors, the background, the logo, for example, how they're used inside the WordPress dashboard inside WP Admin. So to start with, I've logged onto the dashboard of the website. So I've gone onto the website address /WP admin and logged in. That takes me to my dashboard. So my links as normal are down the left hand side, and our theme options are built into our options tab. To start with, you'll have the cover page, obviously the name of your site. That's the name of my site, WordPress Video. And the options, there's a link to your site at the top, and there's just a bit of a basic text, and all the videos that we will create for each theme will be on this how to use page. So the image sliders videos here, this video will be next to it, and there'll also be another video on basic WordPress use, so how to add media, how to add images, how to edit pages, and then we'll probably do another video specifically for additional content for your site. Which in this case for Input Kitchens is how to create testimonials and how to add portfolio items. These are specific things made for Input Kitchens. Okay, so just looking down the options we've got on the left hand side, we've got a general tab, which is what we class as the general information. So the logo that's used at the top of the page, the website background, there's also a login, logo and login background. The Google Analytics script is what will be emailed to you on every Monday night and the first of every month, which is just the analytics of who's visited the site, bounce rate, where they've come from, search terms, etc. There's a couple of options at the bottom to disable the login form. Once we've enabled the login Facebook, we disable the login and disable the password reset, and it stops any hackers being able to get in that way. And we've also introduced an advanced SEO facility for you to be able to put in your own keywords and search terms for every page. We're going to look at these in a little bit more detail. So to start at the top, if you decided you wanted a different logo, for example, I've just done an example on this one for an Easter logo, which I've already uploaded. There's my Easter logo, which I can just use this file and I can just say save. This is the example in my site, but that just says, okay, I'm going to use that logo now for as long as I want to use it. And obviously I can just turn it back. But the idea behind this, if you wanted to create a Christmassy logo or a summary logo, you can just change it as and when you want to. And that's your logo. We've also introduced a website background, which basically enables you to have your own background on the whole of the website. So if you wanted, for example, just for today, a granite texture, you can determine how that image is fixed to the page. So whether it's just one full image and that's the only image you see, whether it's tiled and not fixed, so it will basically scroll with the page, or if it's tiled, so it will duplicate that image and it's just fixed, so as the page scrolls, the image scrolls. So if we say not fixed and tiled, just to show you, we press save. Everywhere where that image can now be as part of the background of the website, that's where it will now appear. For example, there. And there. Isn't that nice? Could maybe tone it down a little bit. Maybe have a slightly lighter granite. Same goes with the login logo. This is for the actual login screen, so you could have a different logo. This is only for you really, how to log in, and the login background, so the basically which image you like to see when you log in. your image. If you don't want it and you don't like it at all, or you just want it for a day, you can actually just hit the little blue red circle, hit save. All I'm doing is I've got the website open up on another tab, just refresh it, and it refreshes the site back to how it should be. Okay, so that's your general options. Next option down on the left is your color options, which is fairly self-explanatory, but it's basically the background colors, the body font, all the heading colors. Your headings would be the title of a page, so that's a heading. You've also got all your link colors, the top menu link colors, which are a different color to the main link, and all the breadcrumb colors, and that's your breadcrumb colors. So if you wanted to change one of those, you can just hit your color option. Obviously I've chosen background because I've removed the background image. I didn't want to use it anymore. So just for today, I wanted a purple background on all of my web page. That's what you get. So everywhere where that page can be purple as far as the background is concerned, that's what goes purple. I've also specified the default underneath, so if you don't like it and want to return it back to default, you can just copy and paste that code back in and hit save. Okay, so the next option down is the home options. All I've done on this website is just added a couple of options for you to change what we call the welcome banner, which is this, so the welcome to Input Kitchens, and the text that appears underneath. In the options home tab, that's these two options which you can put in whatever you like. And we've also attached what slider, which we've talked about in another video, how to use sliders, which slider you'd like to appear on the home page, which if there are others you can change. Moving on to your portfolio, you've got just a couple of options whether you want to include Facebook comments on your individual portfolio items. So if you looked at a portfolio, this is that project. At the bottom of that project there are Facebook comments, so there's a little section where users, visitors, as long as they're logged in with Facebook, can put a comment onto the project and also include it in a Facebook post if they want to. Just drives a little bit of extra traffic, can get some extra likes on your Facebook pages and on your website. And I've also said how many projects per page, because obviously the more projects you add, you don't want to be having that page massive, so it takes a lot of loading. So this will what's called pagination, so it will create page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4 with 12 projects on each page, with obviously the latest ones being at the front. Moving on is your footer options, so all this is just the text that appears in the footer, which is this. So if you want to change that, the copyright 2016 is built in, and the 2016 will obviously increment as the year increments. So as we go into 2017, that will become 2017, and so on. And I've also introduced the height of your widgets. Now, in your footer, these are what are called widgets. So there's a little place which I'm going to show in another video how you can edit this content, and these are all dynamic widgets, so you can put in there what you like. But what you're going to find is some widgets are different heights. So what I've allowed you to do is basically specify the height of the widget, which allows that all them three boxes to be the same height, and that's the footer widget height. Okay, included in the theme is obviously a lot of social media options and sharing facilities. So the social media is the links at the top mainly. So this would be the Google Plus and the Facebook, Twitter, email, phone number, and these are all these options. So if your phone number changes, or your email address changes, or if you want to introduce a different email inquiries at, or if your Facebook address changes, or if you create a YouTube account which you haven't got at the minute, Instagram account, as you add an account in there, it adds the tag at the top. Now I've already done this, which is include the Facebook, what's called a root code, which allows the Facebook comments to work if they're being used. And I've also had to create an app ID, which also allows the Facebook login to work, and any other Facebook facilities such as the Facebook Messenger that's in the footer and the video. It allows all them functions to work and pull them in from Facebook. So if I've put another address into there, that will appear in my header as another option. As part of this theme, I've added a lot of share facilities. I've written my own share code, which basically allows Facebook to pick up an image, and the right image as far as your brand and your image is concerned and your company is concerned. So all I've done is, as far as the options concerned, is said whether I want to include that Facebook share code, the Twitter share code and the G+ share code, and there's only 3 sorts of code, and all that does is when a website is shared, it says I'm going to use this image and I'm going to call this page and use this description out of the page, and I'm going to use this image when the home page is shared, which is kind of the main brand image, if you like, for the website. So all that does is, as a website is shared onto Facebook, it just pulls through that image as the main brand. I've also added some additional share options, which is this, and what that basically does, if that's turned on every page, you have additional share options. So for every page you can put a different share description, which will overwrite the main title of the page, and an additional share image, which is the image you would like to use when that page is shared. By default, the feature image, which is the image normally at the top of the page, which is this image behind here, will be used when a page is shared, but you can overwrite that using the advanced share options at the bottom if you want to. Otherwise it will just use that as the main sharing image. Okay, moving on, the last option is the 404 page, which is basically an error page. So when a page is visited on any WordPress site, it will go to what's called a 404 error page, which just said this page just doesn't exist. And that's the title of the page, that's the description that comes out on the page, and again, that's the feature image that comes out. And that's all the options we've created. So again, all your videos that we create will be here, including this one. There's links at the bottom if you want to email us, visit our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, so you can take a look at a couple more videos, but everything you require should be here. Any problems, let us know. Thanks very much for watching.